What is poppin'? It is a Slapton. I am but a lowly Slapton riding these DeFi waves, and this is This Week in Klima DAO, where I give you all of the Klima DAO news that is fit to go ape wild over. It is the last full week in February, 2022. Just like that, 1/6 of the year has vanished into the sands of time, but it's been a productive week, so let's get it. I would be remiss, I would be insane if I didn't start off with the announcement of our flagship Klima Infinity partner that kicked off with an Ask Me Anything with CEO Andy of Eco. And I highly encourage you to listen to that entire podcast, or the entire recording, which is under recordings and podcasts in the Klima DAO Discord server. But if you want a TLDR, you can go to the Klima DAO Discord server, and you can go to the Klima Eco X Klima onboarding channel. And I have that up on my screen right now, which gives you a condensed version of what Eco is and Eco points. But if you don't want to read, because hey, who's got the time? I'll give you an even more TLDR version of Eco. So Eco has an app. Do you guys know how maybe you put your money into a bank and likely you get something like 0.005% back on the money that you keep in your bank? Well, Eco, you can keep your money with them. They aren't a bank, but they're an alternative, and you can get 5% APY back from them, plus Eco points. Now, what are Eco points? So at current, Eco points are claimed to be for research purposes only, and they don't have a monetary backing, but they do have a social currency, and who knows what they'll become, right? So Eco has their own Discord. There are lots of people in that, I think well over 100,000, and everybody is using Eco points. They're doing these challenges for them. They're trading them. They're using them as a tipping currency. And so now they've come to our channel, and we've been giving them out, just tipping people for the last couple of weeks. And now we're giving them out formally for bounties. So if you tweeted something, that was the first bounty that we had. You had 24 hours to tweet something that we put out on our Twitter. You would get Eco points. We just had a bounty to participate in a chess tournament, and there was great participation, and the winners got Eco points from that. Participants, I believe, also got some Eco points for that. So you don't need the app to use the points, but if you do want to use the app, there is a waiting list of 200,000 people currently. You can jump over that wait list if you go to the Eco onboarding channel. Now, keep in mind, you need to have an iPhone, and you need to be in the United States, and you can't be in the states of Hawaii, Texas, New York, Connecticut, Kentucky, New Hampshire, Vermont, or Virginia or Vermont currently, though there are plans to obviously expand into all those states and to expand onto Android. So check this out. Check out the Eco Discord. Check out the documentation that I'm going to list. They have a website that has very frequently asked questions, which is very helpful. I have been in contact with some of the team at Eco. I will tell you personally, they are wonderful people. I would say that Klima and Eco are value aligned. We are sincere, genuine people. We believe in reciprocity, and we want to do well by our communities and by others and the environment. Please go check them out. Show them some love, because they have shown us plenty of love. So that's very exciting stuff. I will also mention KIP14 resilience mode. I mentioned this last week in This Week in Klima. You can take a look at that video. Passed with approximately 67% of the vote, meaning our APY will be moving towards 1,000% from 8,000%. It will take several weeks. At the time of shooting of this video, it's around 3,000%, but you guys got your voice heard, and I'm very proud of you. There was a good participation on this vote. We also had a Planet of the Climates with CEO and CCO of Mobilum POTk and Anik. And this was a treasure trove of information. If you guys don't remember or never knew, Mobilum is a partner that will be our fiat gateway to Klima. So one of the challenges of DeFi is just the technical barriers to entry. How do you get your money in this ecosystem? Well, if you're a DeFi native or a crypto native, you probably can figure it out. But what if you've never touched it before? Well, it's hard going through MetaMask and et cetera, and all these centralized exchanges and decentralized exchange. Like, what if we could just buy Klima with a credit card? Well, that's what Mobilum does. And they dropped some alpha. And I'm not going to spoil it because I want you to listen to it. And I'll say this, these guys, these speakers are very eloquent. Their elocution was on point. Their diction, their discourse was crisp. I loved listening to them speak, but they dropped some alpha, and here's the hint I'll give you is we kind of keep pushing Klima as this reserve currency of carbon, but why can't it just be a currency that you use in a store? And maybe Mobilum has a solution to that. Listen to the podcast, por favor. Office hours also went down. I will briefly mention this. I will link, if you guys are interested in policy and interested in mechanics of the Olympus forks and Olympus model, then there are two papers that have been floating around that are gaining a bit of interest that were mentioned in office hours. One is an academic paper, which I think is fascinating that this space has matured to the point where there's academic papers being written about the policy of these models. And the other one is one by Zeus, the Hefe, if there was such a thing, of Olympus DAO, in which he proposes that internal bonds be issued, similar to T-notes. It's fascinating stuff. I will link to this. Also in office hours, it was mentioned that the retirement dashboard is still being developed and hopefully will be launched by Q2. Klima has been added to the Coinbase wallet on our website. We have successfully onboarded several partners, multiple partners rather, to the Klima Infinity program, and many more are in the pipeline, actively vetting them and what do they say? Dotting the I's and crossing the T's. I was going to say dotting the T's and crossing the I's. And we are just continuing to build out the use case for Klima and on-chain carbon. That was the final week. That was February 2022. Next time I see y'all next week, it will be March, because time marches on and we march on. And why is that? Because if you didn't know, this is crypto, baby, and we are Klima, baby, and we've got a mission, baby. I'll catch you on the next one. And most importantly, remember to ape responsibly. Would ya? Peace, dudes and dudettes.